Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from the Freedom Boys. This week we're going to be doing a recap of all the big headlines that happened in the United States as of this week.
So first of all, we're going to talk about the government shutdown, which it's the longest government shutdown in the history of the United States, 43, 45 some days.
A long time.
Yes, very long time for a government shutdown.
Actually, the longest in United States history.
I said that.
Okay.
It ended this last Wednesday, November 9th.
Yeah, it's not October anymore, bud.
So it finally reopened on Wednesday after the Senate came to an agreement that everybody can get behind. And according to the filibuster rule, the Senate has to rule in a 60-40 majority. So they can't rule just a regular majority, even though Republicans do control the Senate. So 8 other Democrats joined in with the Republicans to pass a bill that they both agreed on. So both sides of the House or the Senate agreed on the bill, which then went to President Trump and now it got signed. So,
which is really good because now the government is open.
Yeah.
Now that the government is reopened, we expect to see government workers receiving back pay, which means that they're getting paid back for all the time that they were not being paid. Like the military is going to be receiving a bunch of money because they didn't get paid the entire time that the government was shut down, which is big, bad, no, we don't like the military not getting paid because we kind of need them. And they'll also be resuming their normal schedules. Economic forecasts are going to become reliable again, or at least more reliable as they can get. You know how it is. Airport delays should return more or less back to normal, so not as horrible as it was for the past 40-something days, and more market stability.
And I want to expand on what I mentioned before, the filibuster rule. So this rule states that in the Senate, it has to be a 60-40 majority. So 60 votes yay, 40 votes no. And a lot of people have been saying, I've been reading this online, where people are calling this the Republican shutdown, Democratic shutdown, or Schumer shutdown, which is Democrat. But
overall, it's neither side's fault and both sides' fault at the same time.
Yeah,
so it's not just on the Democrats or just on the Republicans. Both sides contributed to what happened, and both sides had to end up working together to bring the government back up.
Yeah. So, because we only have 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats in the Senate, right? Because there's 2 in each state. So that means that to get to 60, 7 more
Democrats would have to vote for the Republican.
But we had 8 more Democrats join the Republicans in voting for yes for the bill to pass. So it would be at a total of 61 to 39. And this bill contains stuff that the Republicans want and stuff the Democrats want, right?
Which is why we say that they came to a compromise that everybody can get behind.
The bill was mostly, like the original iteration of the bill was to give more SNAP benefits. It was ACA, Affordable Care Act, I think.
Yeah.
Where it was to give more SNAP benefits to U.S. citizens rather than undocumented immigrants. And Democrats kind of disagreed on that, and there was some controversy with some Democrats saying we're using this as leverage over the American people, which honestly isn't a great look for them.
It isn't really a great look for anyone to say that we're using this as leverage over the American people, because as we all know, like what happened in 1776 with the British, we don't like being leveraged over
or controlled by taxes.
Not at all. And that's the whole reason why we ended up fighting the war for independence. We just decided that, like, hey, I don't like what you're doing, so we're going to rebel and come over. And that's what the U.S. government stands for now. It stands for the people, not telling the people what to do.
Yeah. All right. On a new topic, an administrative directive was issued to expand how applicants for the United States visas will be vetted. So government personnel that are responsible for the application process they now will look farther into an applicant's health status, financial stability,
proficiency in the English language, and their use of public benefits like SNAP benefits, or like just in general public things, public resources that are used to take care of the American people.
So this signals towards stricter immigration policy, which will also affect current visa applications, as well as having a possible ripple in the U.S. economy.
And by ripple effect, we mean that it could either go up or down depending on how many people apply and how many people actually get in, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell right now, specifically because it hasn't happened yet. But since it's locking down, we should see some results of that, and we'll probably follow up on that next week.
Yep.
In other news on immigration, Gregory Bovino, a senior immigration enforcement official, is on track to relocate to Charlotte, New Orleans, following controversy over his previous actions. In Texas, Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of the state, sued Harris County for providing $1.3 million to aid services for immigrants after ruling that it was unconstitutional. This highlights the growing conflict between the state and local governments versus the federal or state enforcement on United States immigration policies.
Other news, President Donald Trump states that rising prices are a con job by Democrats, and that he's stating that the current economy is the greatest we've ever had. And and the economy is one of the top worries for American people, and this kind of sparks controversy over what the president says.
Absolutely. One side, the more Democratic side or liberal side, is more saying along the lines of like, it's not a good economy and we need to fix a lot of things and it's going downhill really fast. Meanwhile, the Republican side is like, it's going pretty well. But
Yeah.
I mean, it really just depends what your opinions are on that, and we're not here to tell you what to do. And we are here though to tell you, do your research on it, decide what you believe is right, and feel free to let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, so this overall, like, America's stance in the economy is always laced with uncertainty, speculation.
And some worries about the economy, because you need to know what the economy is going on so you know how to buy food, how you buy housing, how you buy your cars, how you buy fuel. All that stuff, it's related to the economy. So the economy is a huge worry in the eyes of Americans. And this can put Americans on both sides of the political spectrum on edge, just because there are certain things that are like, yes, things are going to shoot up in prices due to tariffs and that sort of thing, but they are expected to go back down once things have leveled out, and the economy should continue to get better.
Yeah, and I also want to bring up, we've had a couple, there's been a bunch of like elections and stuff happening recently. I know Prop 50 in California was just passed. Zoran Mondani was elected as the mayor of New York City.
There's been a few elections that have happened.
But a lot of them have been swinging in the side on the left side, which could lead to a turning point in the politics in America, because a lot of stuff is swinging left, and which I'm not saying is bad, which I think it could be good, could be bad. We don't know.
It could be bad, and it could be good, right? We're not here to tell you about that. It's really your opinion. That's the whole thing on politics. It's opinions, right? We might be more right-sided than you. That's totally understandable, right? We're fairly right-sided. But there are definitely people who are more right-sided than us, and people that we know that are more right-sided than us. And then we also know people who are way more left-sided than us, and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I also want to bring up one more topic, the discontinuation of the U.S. penny. So as of last Wednesday, the U.S. government has stopped
minting pennies. So the last penny was minted on Wednesday, which is actually pretty cool, and we no longer have pennies. And since they're no longer considered legal tender, that's one of the last pennies ever.
Right.
Since they're no longer considered legal tender, you're no longer allowed to. I mean, stores can still take them, but they aren't required to anymore. So they can literally refuse your pennies if they want to. And that actually happened to some people that I know. They went over to a farmer's market and tried to pay using pennies, and there was a sign that said no pennies, because they're not considered legal tender anymore. It's really interesting.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So overall, that sums up this week's recap from the Freedom Boys.
Which topic was most meaningful to you? Drop it down in the comments below, and then if you have any questions, concerns,
or stuff that you want us to edit about the video or like change because we could have gotten information wrong, again, do your research.
Yeah, just if you want to look more into some of these topics that you thought were interesting, go look it up. You can use Google or DuckDuckGo,
well, really,
whatever you use.
Any browser.
Bing, Microsoft Edge, I don't know, whatever you use. If you can drop it in the comments, send us an email's in the description.
As always, if you'd like us to cover a topic that's important to you, like do a full-length video about it, we're totally willing to do it. Just drop it down in the comments or send us an email. Our email is going to be in the description of the video. Thank you all so much for watching.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button and press the bell so you get notifications when we upload. We upload every week on
Either
Fridays.
Thursday or Friday. Yeah, whenever
Yeah.
I get around to editing the video. But it should be at least one video a week.
Yeah. So make sure you get that notification bell on. Yeah. Most of all, stay patriotic
And God bless America.